Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our District 25 DPAC meeting today, Wednesday, December 18. We know December is a very, very busy month for everyone, so thank you so much for taking the time out to join us. We're going to be sharing some update on behalf of Title I, and then we have our superintendent, Dr. Dantona, and our deputy, Mr. Sarin here, along with Tabell Reese from Elevate Education. He will be going over his program. And then me and Louis Lotito will be talking about the DOE external email account, how to sign in for the first time. And Louis will be talking about the Zoom account on how to capture the minute. We have some meeting norms. Meeting starts and ends on time. One voice when speaking. This is a safe space to speak. 1, 2, 3, and then me. If you spoke already, allow 3 people to speak before you speak again. We are respecting everyone. We are being present. We are engaged, and we are involved. This is our agenda for tonight. I mentioned that we're going to be talking about iPlan portal. We're going to be talking about some updates that we had during our CDPAC meeting on Monday, and then we'll be going over the DOE external email and Zoom account. But Dr. Dantona, our superintendent, he's here. So Dr. Dantona, do you want to share some on your behalf? I'm going to stop sharing so you can have.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I have just a few slides that I'm going to share with you. There's actually many on here. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just want to highlight a couple of things, a couple of happenings that are going on in the district, and make sure that you guys are connected with our goals from District 25 that all of our schools are also involved in. So I'm going to briefly go through a few things for you this evening, just to make sure that you're connected. Jenny, you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure you're on the slide deck, right? Sometimes it switches on me and I'm not in the right space.
We see it.
Yep. Okay. So just a couple of updates and reminders. I'm going to briefly make sure that you guys can see. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. It'll be there just for your information. And there is a space also at the end for iPlan portal. For your information, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that today either. Just want to give you a few updates on the event that you were not aware. We did host the Chancellor's Town Hall in November. It was really well received by our community, at least from the feedback that I did receive. It was an opportunity for the CEC, and I thank our CEC members for helping organize this with FACE and our Principal Young at 185. Parents and community members were able to ask questions that they had on their mind, which were responded to by our Chancellor, Melissa Avias Ramos, and myself during the session, as well as some central leadership. So thank you to all those that were involved in this and for making it a success. We did have some students that were that I would like to recognize that participated in the Zone 12 Junior Area All-State Festival for the arts. In this case, it was for mixed chorus. So we had 4 members from JHS 194 that I do want to recognize and congratulate. I've shared their information several times at a variety of meetings, and I want to make sure that I am able to do that here. So Lillian Hamilton, Olivia Kim, Kyra Sin, and Danielle Stremmel from 194. Big shout out to them for their accomplishments.
Dr. Mark, I'm going to stop you. Can you share the slide so it gets bigger? Thank you so much. So
we also had PS 130 was recognized for their accomplishment as a blue ribbon school. They earned that recognition this year for high academic achievement. This is something that does not happen to many schools. They were one of 21 in New York State to earn this honor, which is really terrific for our district community, but certainly for PS 130. They did a really, really amazing job of celebrating this at their school, as you can notice from some of the images there. We had our council member Palladino, representative from Senator Liu's office, and Lamar Hughes from our district UFT representative were present to celebrate this really great accomplishment. So kudos to 130. Just want to kind of share out to our um, um, to our families around our district newsletter. It is accessible to our folks in our community. We'd love to have as many people subscribe as possible, so that there is awareness around what's happening in our district. We do this on a monthly basis. I encourage any of our families, including our DPAC representatives, DPAC members from our schools, to connect with our district newsletter, because it does have a range of information that you can bring back to your own members in your own school community. So I encourage you to tap into that. Also want to point out, we did send out a survey to all of our parents around what's going on here in district, around our goals. One in particular is on making sure that our families are receiving information about their child's progress, and a variety of other questions that we're gathering data on to support decision making at the district level. So we do encourage all of our families to participate in this survey, and if you haven't done so yourself, would love it if you can take part in it. Just a couple of things as an FYI for you. We do host a variety of different virtual training sessions for families. Our team member, Nathan Yakubov, he's our administrator for special education services, for special education rather, excuse me, conducted a session just around the IEP and what's embedded in the IEP. This is available and recorded for all of our families along with the resources. The site that you see there, please visit www.d25.nyc/event. Includes all of our sessions that we are hosting for our district community, and are available to you guys in English, Spanish, and Chinese. So I encourage you or anyone else that might have questions about the IEP process to visit this page. Maybe perhaps even ask your own questions to our district office, as their contact information is here as well for you. We also did a session around literacy, particularly for our English language learner families. This was done specifically in Mandarin as well as in Spanish. I encourage you to connect on these sites. And if you're a parent or know parents that are Mandarin speaking that would benefit from this, I encourage you to share it with them as well. We have a series of upcoming events that are available and accessible to you guys in the month of January and February. We also have a math virtual training that's actually happening tonight at 7 o'clock to support our families with getting an understanding of what's happening inside of mathematics, particularly in the space of sense making and solving tasks. And that's this notification here. So for those of you that would like to join that later on tonight, you are certainly more than welcome to do so. It is really around promoting problem solving for our kids as mathematicians. Just some enrollment dates for everyone to note. I do share this at each of our meetings. I want to make sure that there's transparency in this space. Monday, December 9th was the last day for high school applications. Those offers will be released in March, on March 6th. Middle school applications process. Friday, December 20th is the last day for middle school applications. So we encourage all families that haven't applied that they do so by the 20th. Wednesday, April 9th is when middle school offers will be released. Kindergarten G&T, December 10th is when the applications open. January 24th is when the apps close, and the offers are released on April 2nd. 3K pre-K, Wednesday, January 15th is when apps open. They will close on February 28th. Offers will be released on May 13th and May 20th, dependent on the program. So pre-K is May 13th, 3K May 20th. And G&T grade 1 through 4 admissions, Monday, April 21st is when the apps open. Friday, May 9th is when the apps close, and June 11th is when offers are released. Now, just a couple of quick words about our priority areas, just something for you guys to all note. Our assessments that we use across the district in our screening exams: reading K-2 is Acadience, reading 3 to 8 iReady, math K-8 iReady, Algebra 1 is the MAP assessment. All of those are happening between January 2nd and February 9th. So just be on the lookout as parents, and please make sure that if you wouldn't mind, as you see some of your fellow parents in your school and across the district that we do have this window open. It's a really important time for our kids, so we get to learn a little bit about where they're currently performing, so we can make really good choices moving forward through the remainder of the year. All of that is connected with our goals. All students learn to read well in our schools is a big focus of ours, with intention to really build learning opportunities for our kids through the use of what we call decodable text. Those types of texts are where children can really help sound out those words. Each book is focused on a targeted phonics skill. Books are organized in sequence to support student learning and designed to help promote mastery of those skills to build our kids as readers. So part of that, just to give you a little bit of context in terms of where we are, overall, we started the year about 3% higher in Acadians reading. That's the blue bars in District 25 as compared to starting place for last year's students. So we're happy to see that we are starting off at a higher rate, but we know that we have a lot of work to do throughout the year, and we're confident that the things that we're putting in place will hopefully yield some progress for our learners throughout the school year. All students are physically and emotionally safe. This is another goal that we have in terms of alignment to the city. Our goal is really to make sure that our kids are building those positive relationships with one another. As our middle schoolers in many cases indicate that they don't feel like they always have the respect of their peers. So that's what this goal is about. We're measuring that just so that everyone knows using survey data. All of our kids completed an SEL survey. We did send out notice home to make sure that parents were okay with it. And what we have seen is that supportive school environment is an area that we need to continue to grow in. As you can see, the 6 to 8 range on the bottom. And those are those questions where kids are kind of indicating that sometimes their peers don't always show that level of respect to one another that we would like. So we are working on that with our schools, particularly our middle schools. Priority 3, again, focused on reading across grade levels. This goal is around K through 8 with the implementation of the HMH into reading and into literature programs. Goal is that we're improving outcomes for all learners with an emphasis on our targeted subgroups across our district schools. And I share this only just to make sure that all of you guys are up to speed. I know that some of you may not have been part of these conversations earlier in the year. That's why I am reviewing it briefly with you now. This is the red bar. Our performance at the start of the year was relatively close to where we started last year. Some of our subgroups showed higher performance than others. The goal is that we are able to increase the performance of all of our groups, but particularly our targets as the year goes on for reading. Similarly, in mathematics, goal again, 5% for all subgroups, and we want to see a target area of 10% or more for our targeted groups of learners. In math, we're really focused on math routines and use of the 5 practices in mathematics to promote discussion and problem solving. So tonight, during the math session that's being conducted with our math lead, that's the work that is happening. So just to give you a little bit of a snapshot, the goal of this is to also promote algebra readiness. All of our 8th graders that are participating in the Regents are being administered the Algebra 1 map assessment because it more aligns than iReady. What we have seen is that 78% of our kids are performing at that high average range as compared to 68% from last year. So we're 10% higher than where our students performed last year. And the goal is to make sure that as many of our kids as possible are performing in that 80 to 85 and up range, which indicates mastery of skills to be ready for the next math course that is in high school. Math also, you'll see in the yellow bars, some of our subgroups performed at a higher rate at the start of the year as compared to others. Still very close. It's about a 1% difference overall, upwards of 2.9 to 3% dependent on the subgroup here in D25. Next goal is really around building out opportunities for parent engagement. You should hopefully be noticing in our schools and in our district, there are more opportunities for families to engage in activities promoting literacy, promoting math, promoting social emotional learning. And the other goal is around improving opportunities for our families to understand what's going on with their child's progress. So early survey results yield that 85% of families believe that they are receiving information about the progress of their child. 11% were neither agreed or disagreed, and 4% indicated that they disagreed with that statement. This is very similar to past data that we received at the end of the year. So we're going to continue to work on this as a district to make sure that we continue to emphasize the importance of being aware of school level data down to individual student information. So this is something that we have prioritized as a district, and encourage you to engage in those conversations at your school level as well. And lastly, chronic absenteeism. Our goal is to improve by 4% overall as a district. We have made progress in this area, but one of my concerns, and the reason why I share this at all of my meetings when I can communicate with families, is the winter months tend to be our most troubling when it comes to attendance for lots of reasons. So we do encourage, healthy behaviors of our kids, making sure they're washing those hands, making sure that they are getting that rest that they need, so that they stay good and healthy during those winter months when we do see a decline in overall attendance. We have made significant progress to this point this year. We have the second highest attendance rate in New York City across districts, and as well as overall chronic absenteeism rates are amongst the lowest in the city as well. But it is an area that we do know that when our kids are not in school, they're not learning. So we're going to continue to emphasize this and the importance of our kids being in school routinely. We're going to continue to remind everyone of this importance. And lastly, just to make sure that everyone is aware, those of you that are on your school leadership team, the iPlan portal is the place where you guys have access to see what's going on in your school. This is what the page looks like, just for everyone to know. I'll briefly show you some of the areas from a school level view so that you can get an idea of what you'll be able to see as a parent. So every parent on the school leadership team will see this current page. You'll be able to download any of the areas on iPlan so that you can get a clearer view as to what the school plans are. And that includes sections that you'll see here below. So you'll see comprehensive education plan. That's this space I'm highlighting. It includes the overview of the school, the stakeholders that are involved in the school, a summary of what the school is about, and then each of the priorities that I just briefly ran through. And what you'll notice in here is when you click on the priority, it'll share with you how the school got to that goal. And as SLT members, you should be aware of this already. But also the goals themselves that the school's created, the measurement tools that they're going to use to assess, how they're going to progress monitor, which you'll see through here. And then I just want to go to the action plan real quick, and then the action steps that the school has developed to support improvement towards achieving those goals. What you're also able to do, you'll see these little comment buttons. So if as a parent, you're reading this and you have a question, you can add in a comment for the rest of your SLT as well as administrators to review to help answer some of your questions or respond to your comments. So it is a really user-friendly type of platform that I encourage you to connect with, especially if you are the member that is on your school leadership team. If you don't have access, you can reach out to your building leader. You can certainly connect with Jenny, and she will be able to help you gain access to this platform. But it does include a variety of things, including these sections below that I want to just point out. It includes your parent engagement policy and school parent compact information in terms of what the approach that you're going to be taking in terms of deciding how you use your Title I funds. It also includes progress monitoring spaces so that you can see how is the school progressing towards meeting their goals. And then further down, I just want to share this last little part with you. There is a space here for you to see what's going on with your SLT from previous sessions. So schools upload their minutes, their agenda items, their SLT sign-in sheets, and the invitation as well as the handouts from the meeting, so that if you missed the meeting or you're not sure what's going on, it's accessible to you here as a parent. Now, this was just intended to be a brief overview. You have Jenny here, so if you have questions and you want to see more about this for your own school, Jenny can share with you how to go ahead and do that. If you need additional sessions or feedback from me, I'd be happy to do that for you too. But as I said, this was just intended to give you a brief little snapshot of what the platform has and that you have access to as a parent on an SLT team. And lastly, I just want to wish all of you just one reminder, 23rd, is a non-attendance day for kids. So I share this everywhere too, just to make sure that we don't have any kids showing up on the 23rd. As you know, the calendar had changed a few weeks ago to make the 23rd closed for our children. And then lastly, I just want to wish all of you a very, very happy holiday season for you and your families, hoping that you are able to take the time to rest and enjoy the company of our loved ones, during this time. So I thank you for being here tonight. And if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Wanted to just give you a quick little update on all things that were going on in the district. So thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mike. So our Title I DPAC chairperson is here. I know there was a lot of traffic and he tried his best to come as soon as possible. So we have Mr. Mitchell here. Thank you so much, Mr. Mitchell, for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you everyone for coming, for your time as well. We actually need to schedule the meetings for the rest of the year. So if everyone can share their availability, we can sit down and, come to some type of agreement so that we can, if not all be there, coordinate somebody to be there so we have coverage. It's very important for our children and everyone else's children. So again, thank you all for participating and for your time. Okay, Jenny?
Yes, I'm going to be taking over. Thank you so much, Mr. Mitchell. And we have Tabel from Elevate Education. Tabel, you want to share your program with everyone?
Yeah, definitely, sure can. Thanks so much, Jenny, for the opportunity. Dr. Denton, always a pleasure seeing you. So thank you. Yeah, so I represent Elevate Education, and we're a company really dedicated to helping students succeed academically and in a very holistic approach. So when it comes to executive functioning, SEL skills, and study skills and study habits that our students can develop. Right now, we're working with about 450 schools across New York City. And, when we work with a lot of our schools, many of our Title I schools specifically, they, always look for a way to engage their parents and families. And that's really our hope as an organization in terms of how we can do just that. So I'm just going to quickly walk you through just what we offer to see if this is something that, again, obviously with that 1%, many of our partnering schools look for a way to partner with us and how we can support their initiatives and what parents want. So what we do, we offer workshops for parents and families. We run these workshops, whether that's in person, whether they're remote, literally 8 o'clock in the morning through 8 o'clock at night, Mondays through Saturday. So we're very flexible in terms of how we program. So many of our, might have a Saturday academy, or or they're paired up with an engagement night, whatever that looks like. Our goal is to be flexible enough to help drive out engagement. In terms of the content that we provide, like the workshops that we can offer, our goal is to help families create the most conducive environment at home when it comes to academic success for their children. And that comes in different factors, different elements. So I'll just walk you quickly through the different workshop topics in case anyone has any questions around them. So one of the first topics that we offer is on time management and how to build some time management habits at home, again, to get their children to really be effective with their time and have balance with their time. That's something that we hear quite often, especially in the middle school space, that my child just doesn't know how to manage their time. So we want to help combat that a bit. The next topic is on, we call it the study environment. When a child's actually going to do some work, what does their space look like? What are the, how distracted are they? How can I, as a parent or guardian, help my child? If I can't help them directly with their ELA homework, there are some factors that I can help in creating perhaps a more conducive environment for my child and limiting distractions, increasing productivity and focus. And this goes, one of the priorities Dr. D'Antona speaks on the SEL side of things. We have some workshops that are very dedicated to parents being able to support their children emotionally, social emotionally. So one of them is on growth mindset and having students really be able to set goals, talk about their goals, talk about their limiting beliefs, areas that they might say, I can't, or I'm unable to, and how we as parents can help change that language in the home and create a more growth mindset language. Another workshop that we have dedicated is on managing stress. Again, helping our children identify stress, right? Because not every child's going to have the verbal fluency or the emotional intelligence to say, hey, mom, dad, uncle, grandpa, grandma, I am feeling stressed, but there are indicators that we could be mindful and looking out for. So what can we as parents and guardians do to help intervene in a healthy way? We also have another workshop dedicated to bullying and conflict. One of the things that we hear often from our partnering schools is that parents on occasion might misconstrue or label everything as bullying. And so we want to help parents and families differentiate, what is actually bullying. And if my child is being bullied, how can I as a parent intervene? How can I as a parent bring in an advocacy plan and have a discussion with the school and school leaders in a healthy way? Then the other topic that we offer is on procrastination. I think we might all be guilty. In fact, and I say this respectfully, but a lot of our Title I schools sometimes wait till the last minute to want to spend that 1%. So that's why hopefully we're trying to get ahead of this, because I always get calls right around the deadline time. But hopefully, if there's a way you're looking and saying, hey, this might be something that we could bring to your school and partner with, and definitely would love to have a conversation and see, how that might make sense and what we can do to help support. So those are the 6 topics that we offer. Again, now obviously there's a cost associated with it. It's a very simple cost. It's a flat rate of $345 for the hour for the workshop. So every workshop includes follow-up materials for your families, includes video resources for your families, whether that's in person or remote. We're able to do this in live instruction in English and in Spanish. And have translation services. All of our materials have been translated across 6 different languages as well. So we'll be able to provide that for your families. And we also offer student workshops, right? Because our goal is to, again, have that, create that relationship there where parents and students and children alike are all on the same page when it comes to developing some of these study habits and these study skills there. But yeah, that's us. I can drop my calendar link in the chat if in this interest in just, hey, exploring a little bit more options. What can this look like in my school community? I would love to have a conversation and see, just what we can offer right now. We're actually working with about 14 schools already in District 25. So love to see, it might be your school already. So thank you for partnering with us. And if not, if you're looking for a way, to explore some options, I would love to have that conversation. I'm just going to drop my calendar in the link in the chat there. And I'll open the floor if anyone has any questions, and I might be able to help address. No? Any questions? Cool.
Does anyone have any questions for Tabel? Please feel free to unmute yourself.
Great. Well, if there are any questions do come across, I also put my email in the chat as well. So there might be that opportunity there where we can set up a time to speak. You can give me a call and see how we can partner. But thank you again, Jenny. I appreciate your time so much.
Thank you
Dr.
for being
D'Antona.
here.
Yeah, Mr. Mitchell, thank you. I wish you all a happy holiday and a great season.
If anyone wants
Thank
to
you, Tabel.
Thank you so much, Tabel. If anyone wants to learn more about Elevate Education after this meeting, please feel free to email me or email Mr. Mitchell. We are here to support. Okay, I'm going to continue with my slides. So I'm going to share my screen. Does everyone see my slide? Okay, I got a thumbs up. So we just met Tabel. Dr. Dantona, our superintendent, he gave his report. If you would like to meet the rest of our team, we are a team of 23 team members. We call ourselves Team Awesome because we are very awesome. If you would like to meet the rest of the crew, please feel free to go to our website, www.d25.nyc. And there you can explore our website. There's also a page where you can see all of us with pictures, our title, and what we do. Title I DPAC members. So we have Mr. Mitchell here. Thank you so much again for, rushing home and joining us. I know the traffic is crazy at this time. And we also have Catherine St. Pierre, and we have Crystal Gonzalez joining us last month. So we now have a full pack. We're very, very excited. We all get to go to CDPAC trainings and meetings. When we go to those meetings, we learn something and we'll turn that information back to everyone else in this meeting. This is the flyer that gets sent out every month. Mr. Mitchell and his alternate and secretary and me, we sit down and we discuss what time is best for everyone to meet. And right now we do that month by month, but we would like to sit down so we can work out the remaining of the school year so we can have all those dates set. So everyone can be, have those dates in advance and work around the schedule. So District 25 have 36 schools total. Here are a list of all our Title I schools. We currently have 26 Title I schools in our district. 36 schools total, where 2 of them are being our pre-K centers. And we keep expanding. On Monday, we were invited to the CDPAC monthly meetings. It was a long meeting. I was unfortunately only stay for a little bit because I had to jump on to our President's Council meeting. But this is what what stood out to me and what I got. So I'm going to share those information with you. So right now, the New York State is working on a new plan called NY Inspires, New York Inspires. That plan's going to be transforming the education in New York State. This initiative is designed to promote greater equity within education system. Hold on, give me 1 second. So what is behind this plan and who is behind this plan? New York Inspire implemented this plan based on all the feedbacks from the stakeholders, such as parents, educators, administrators, school support staff, representative of higher education, and the business community. So we're talking about more than 3,300 participants and a public thought exchange gathered insight from over 2,700 community members. This plan and goal is to guarantee that every public school student in your state has access to the educational opportunities and support necessary and success in the school and beyond. And they are also working on one statewide diploma by 2029 or plus to replace the local region and regions with advanced designation for NYSET. Below, I have inserted a link where you can go to the New York State's website and read more about their plan. So what does this have to do with Title I? Title I is, is supporting students in the early child care, in the early childhood, where this New York Inspire goes in and support, the high school, make sure all students graduate high school. So together, we are all aiming for the same goal to improve students' academic achievements. This is just a timeline that they showed. I'm just gonna, show it to you so you can see what they will be working on year by year. I don't have the details as Monday was the first meeting I attended. I know they will be talking more into details on the next meeting and so on. So once I have more update, I will come back and turnkey to everyone here in this meeting. DOE external email account. So I know all of you guys might already have the DOE external email account. So in January 2024, this DOE external email account launched in the DOE, where we are, as a school, have to create this email account for all our parent leaders, such as PAPTA, Executive Board leaders, and our Title I PAC chairperson, alternate, and secretary. This email account comes with a package of some tools that you can use during your meetings, including the Zoom account. This is mostly for PAPTA members. So parent leaders are asked to, after you receive this account, parent leaders are asked to, store all their relevant documents, important documents into the shared drive to share among their members. So everyone have access to the documents, and all documents are, have to be kept for 6 years. What does this account come with? It comes with Google Mail, Google Meet, Google Doc, Drive, Slide, and Sheets, Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and a Zoom account where it's no time limit. So if you are a non-DOE person and you log to zoom.us, you only have 45 minutes. Once after 45 minutes, you'll be kicked out automatically. With this DOE external email account, it's on time. So you can run your meeting as long as you want. This is also most pertaining our parent PAPTA parent leaders, because they will get a shared inbox among all their emails, all their members, since this shared inbox will be linked to the banking. So we know PAPTA parent leaders, they fundraise, they get money, and that has to go to the bank. So this will be all linked to their banking. For example, back then, before this DOE external email account, only the PAPTA get one email to share among all these members. And if a PAPTA president, graduates or for some reason move and are no longer a part of the school, he or she will be, and their phone is attached to this bank information, or the name is attached to this bank information, it will be a lot more work for a school staff to do the transitioning, remove that name, and add the new parent leader to the bank account. Now with the DOE external email account, it's much more simple for the school by just checking off a box and adding a new parent leaders. All DOE issue accounts, including DOE external email address, accounts are subject to the DOE electronic privacy policy. So if you have a DOE external email account, we will follow these policies. You can click on those 3 links and read more about the details. Oh, let me go back to the slide. So you will, with this email account, you will be like us, the DOE staff. Every time you log into your email, you will receive a code either to your phone or to your personal email address you pick at that moment. So if you log in, the multi-factor authentication code will be either sent to your phone or email, just like us. This is what we do every day when we log onto our emails. If you do not have the DOE external email account and you would like to have one, you are entitled to have one. You can reach out to your parent coordinator of your school building. He or she is the point person. If you are in a school where there's no parent coordinator hired at this moment, please feel free to reach out to me, Mr. Mitchell, or Lewis. We are happy to help. How to create one? I'm just going to quickly show you, so you know what kind of question they will be asking you if you would like to have one of these DOE external email accounts. School level staff only will see the top 2 boxes, search and create users, where me from the district, us from the district will have all 4. We can invite admin, we can manage role. So let's say you would like to have one DOE external email account. The parent coordinator or the point person at the school will be asking you these questions, or you can just simply sit with them to do this. So feel like when you give out these personal information, this is what is used for. So they will be asking for your first name, last name, your personal email address, because the DOE confirmation email will be sent to your personal email address where you can reset your password. They will be asking for your birthday, and they will also be asking for your phone number and driver license. It's okay if you do not want to give out your driver license, because we didn't understand why they were asking for driver license either. You know, some parents don't have one, and some parents don't feel comfortable giving out your driver license number, so that is totally okay. I have had with my team and our district, we have had this conversation where we simply can use the child's OSIS number instead of the driver license. So these information are also used in case you forget your password and you want to reset it on your, on behalf of yourself. You can do so by, picking, you have 3 choices when you want to reset your password. Let me go here. One of the choices is personal detail, the other one is personal email, and the third one is security questions. So that's why these questions are asked in case you are want to reset your password. They will be asking for these informations. But if you are not comfortable resetting your password, or some parents might not even have a computer or not being tech savvy, that's also okay. Just simply reach out to your point person at the school level or me, and then we can, easily reset the password for you. How do you log in for the first time with the DOE external email account? Once you receive a DOE external email, you will receive a confirmation email on your personal email address where you can confirm and set up your password. And then you will use those information to log in for the first time by using accounts.google.com. This will bring you to the DOE's website that we see on a daily basis, and log in like a DOE staff, but just using your DOE external email and the password that you got set up. And meanwhile, you are at the Gmail's, before you go to the DOE's page, you can also click on those waffle dots to access all the toolkits that you would like to use, the Gmail, the Drive, the Google Docs, Sheet Slide, and so on. If anyone are interested, we can do another workshop where we go through these email creations and how to use it step by step. And how to use Zoom for the first time. So instead of logging into zoom.us, you will simply just go to nycdoe.zoom.us. This will bring you directly to the DOE's version of Zoom account, where it gives you unlimited, time for your meetings. Does anyone have any questions so far about the DOE external email account? Louis, I think my slide is, Dr. Mike already went through a lot of the slides that I created. So do you want to take over and inform parents how Zoom can capture the minutes?
Sure, absolutely. I can do that. Absolutely.
I'm gonna stop sharing.
Let me just get my screen ready. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my window just so you guys can see what I see. Okay. All right. So here is the website that Jenny just shared. It's the nycdoe .zoom.us, and this is how we log into Zoom using our single sign-on, which, like Jenny said, gives us access to all of the pro features, including untimed meetings, cloud recording, and more. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sign in, and it's going to bring me to the single sign-in menu, just like Jenny described. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter my username and password. And just like Jenny said, you're going to go through the multi-factor authentication in order to access your account. You'll see here I have a couple different options. I can email a code, one-time code to my personal email address. I can text message a one-time code to one of my phone numbers. I also have other verification apps on my phone, which I will use one of those. I'm gonna enter the code and I am in. Okay. Now, before I just have to help Beth. We have the math event starting shortly. I just have to do one thing for Beth. She is having trouble because she's not a alternate host.
Lewis, I will head over there if she needs me to be in.
No, it's okay.
I can make her a host.
I mean, this should just be done anyway. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this is the I probably just looked over. This is the screen that you will see when you are I'm sorry guys, hold on one second. Just gonna tell Beth try again. Okay. This is the screen that you'll see when you first log in to the Zoom website using your New York City Public Schools login. On the left-hand side, we will see all of the different options we have, and I have different videos on YouTube going over the different settings you have here, such as how to schedule a meeting for the public, meaning that anyone can join it, such as this meeting. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share those links with Jenny so she can circulate them with you so that you can check on those as well. What I wanted to review today is what we do after a meeting is recorded. So for example, this meeting right now is being recorded. And if you go to recordings and transcripts, you will see that the D25 Title I District Parent Advisory Council is in progress and it's currently processing because we're currently recording. And you'll see any other meetings that you have recorded. Now, the important thing I want to highlight here is only the person who scheduled the meeting will have access to the meeting recording. So since I schedule all the district meetings, including this one, I have that option here. It doesn't matter if I'm the one that clicks record or if Jenny is the one that clicks record, I'm always going to get the recording on my account. That's why I see these here. So once you come over to your recordings and transcripts, you're able to go ahead and click on it and you'll see all the different recordings that are available. Now, Zoom is great. It records different video files for different angles. So this is the shared screen with the speaker view. So the shared screen would be like Dr. Mike's slides with his little head in the corner. We also have just the speaker. We have the grid view, which is like the Brady Bunch, all the everyone's picture in the grid. And then we have just the shared screen, no little person in the corner. You also have the option to download just the audio version of a meeting, which might be helpful. You can also download the chat file. So, we had a very nice presentation from our vendor, which is a nice option for spending the 1% Title I funds. If we needed to get his email address or his link to his calendar, we can download the chat file after the meeting is over, and we can get that information from that chat file. One thing I did want to share quickly is just how Zoom also does creates a transcript of the meeting's audio. So I'm going to go ahead. This is for the President's Council meeting that occurred on Monday. We can't open the one for this meeting yet because we're still recording it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on audio transcript and it's going to download it to my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and save it to my computer. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to open it in this browser. Let's see if I can open it here. Okay, perfect. So it's basically a text file. And what's great about recording Zoom meetings is we're each logged in with our own account, right? We each have our own computer or phone. We have our name there, and it knows when I'm speaking versus Jenny is speaking versus Dr. Mike is speaking. So it's actually able to record and transcribe our meetings, and it actually will identify who said what and when they said it. So here you'll see this is from Dr. Mike's superintendent's report to the President's Council, all his bullets here. And as you go down, you will see Dr. Mike talks a lot. You'll see PTA link was presenting, and then you'll see Jenny, then you'll see Rachel, the President of President's Council. So it really is a helpful tool to when you're making meeting minutes to be able just to have exactly what was said without actually having to watch the video again, or God forbid, take notes in real time as a meeting is taking place. One thing that I've also been experimenting with is using artificial intelligence, using AI to automatically make meeting minutes for us based on this file. If you think about it, AI has everything we need, and all you would need to do is upload this file, and it can spit out the meeting minutes for you. I'm a little tight for time because I do have another the math workshop starts in 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I already recorded a video that shows me how I used the transcript to make meeting minutes using Microsoft Copilot, and I'll circulate that link to Jenny as well. It's part of my Zoom YouTube recordings that I share with families and schools. That way you can look at that and see how you can possibly use this tool to help make your work as parent leaders easier. Because being a parent leader is a lot of work, and anything that we can do to make it less time consuming and easier for you, we will appreciate. So that's it, Jenny. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm actually gonna hop off in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take over, and then we should be, I have a few more slides I'm gonna share, and then I should be done and be jumping to the math workshop as well.
Great, perfect.
Thank you so much, Louis, for sharing.
You got it, guys. No problem. I'll share those links with you.
Yes. If anyone have any questions about the Zoom account and how I capture minutes, please feel free to reach out to me and I can connect you with Louis. Okay, just a few more slides I'm going to share with you. We should be done in a few minutes. So I'm going to share the next President's Council's meeting, which is January 27th. So President Council or all PTA, PAPTA presidents, they meet on a monthly basis, just like us, the Title I DPAC members. So these are the dates if you would like to participate. All PAPTA parent leaders are encouraged to attend, but it's open to everyone. And then our next CEC meeting is a hybrid meeting. All CEC members are in person and needs to be in person to meet quorums, but there's a hybrid link on the DOE on the D25 NYC's website if you would like to listen in from your home. DPAC meeting would meet monthly. Today is our December meeting. Mr. Mitchell and I and Crystal and Catherine, the DPAC chair members, will meet so we can finalize our calendar for all our DPAC meetings for the remaining of the 2024 and 25 school year, and it will be shared with everyone. We do like feedback, so if you guys have any feedbacks about what time works for you, please feel free to reach out to me and Mr. Mitchell. So here are some DOE approved vendors that you can utilize and use your Title I's 1% set aside fund to. Elevate was the first one that came and talked about his program tonight. I would like to invite the other DOE, sorry, keep popping out the tongue. I would like to see if we can invite a few more to come in and introduce the program. So we have, more options to consider when it comes to how to spend the 1% set aside fund. Dr. Mike already mentioned this, December 23rd, there's no school. So please make sure your child stay home and do not report to the school. And happy holiday from Team Awesome. Does anyone have any questions? I'm gonna stop sharing and please unmute yourself. If you have any questions, I'm here to take note and bring it back to my team. And Mr. Mitchell is also here to support. So feel free to unmute. Any questions, anyone? I'm gonna stop recording. It's 7 o'clock and I'm gonna stop recording.